Officer Tatum.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. 47's the dog, took a bullet for all. Didn't flinch, didn't run, still they answer the call. And we said, be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum Show. Be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. My hair looked bad, so I'm going to put my hat on. I think maybe it's right here. I just want to say what's up to everybody. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I know I had a pretty decent time. I went to the Blake Shelton concert, which was pretty fun. I was glad he didn't do nothing woke, because then I'd have gotten mad. But I had a pretty good time at the Waste Management opener, which if you don't know nothing about waste management, in the state of Arizona, Scottsdale, they have this golf tournament every year that's, I think it's more of a club than it is a golf tournament. And it's fun. I mean, I think people have fun here. It's beautiful weather in Arizona. This is why everybody live here. So if you ever come to Waste Management, you fall in love with Arizona, you just pump the brakes. It's not all what it's cracked up to be, because in the summertime, it is hotter than Hades. But I got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about today. First off, this is a PSA for you illegal aliens. If you're illegally in America, don't you take your somewhere and protest with the Mexican flag, because we gonna come and we gonna take you and kick you out of our country. If you a Mexican and you live here, you're an American citizen, don't you take your to the freeway and fly the Mexican flag somewhere. If you so proud of Mexico, why don't you live there? Why don't you live there? You can move there. Go move to Mexico, since you're so proud of Mexico. It's just, the hypocrisy is insane to me. I don't know how people think that makes any sense whatsoever. I could not believe that I saw people blocking the freeway to protest ICE. You're protesting them taking out criminals from this country. And I'm talking about the people that they've taken out of this country aren't just illegal. They're illegal and they committed felonious crimes, many of which involve children and women. And y'all on the freeway protesting. Take them all. ICE, y'all know where to go. Thank y'all for gathering. Hope we can get them all right there. If you're illegally in our country and you go and do something like this, they should deport you immediately. You burn an American flag, I'd like them to do more to you, but I think it's only fair if they just deport you. How you going to be running around this country, flying a flag from a country you don't even want to be at? How you showing pride to a country you don't even want to live in? Y'all got to stop this. You live in America. You want to protest? That's fine. Get off the freeway. Y'all could protest on the overpass up there. On the freeway, you know, I think if people ran them over, I'm not suggesting that people do it, but I think if somebody ran them over, that shouldn't be against the law. How's that against the law? You ain't supposed to be on the freeway. The vehicle has the right of way on the freeway. You can't just be on the freeway. People got somewhere to be. They got places to go. They shouldn't have to be hampered because you want to prove a point. And I'll tell you this, the only point that these people are proving is why they should be deported. And if they're not deportable, which means that they either became a citizen or they working here legally, you're messing the reputation up of all the other Mexican people. There's not one Mexican person that I know that's reasonable that says that they like this idea. And it gets even worse. They became violent with cops and everything else like that. Let's play the other clip. Doing this right on the freeway. Y'all got to be insane. Play the clip.
And we begin with breaking news here on 12 News at 10. A chaotic scene. Look at this Glendale police cruiser. A police officer is not driving it. It has just been stolen by a masked protester. You see, he jumps out, runs away, as a police helicopter tries to find him as he tries to hide in the crowd here. Hundreds of protesters filling the streets. The driver then speeding through the streets. The windshield of the vehicle is smashed. Protesters setting off and throwing fireworks at officers, doing donuts in crowded streets with their cars, all protesting the Trump administration's deportation plans. Thank you for joining us here for 12 News at 10. Those protests happening near 67th Avenue and Camelback Road. 12 News is there tonight.
Which is in Phoenix.
Gabriela Becerra has been witnessing what's going on. Gabby, what do you see?
Well, Troy, I'm standing just south on 67th Avenue where this protest is still very active and alive. Take a look behind me. There are hundreds of people currently standing in the middle of the intersection. They're blocking the road. You can see they're waving around the Mexican flag and holding up signs. Not really active right now, but on and off every few minutes or so. We've seen some street racing, some people doing donuts, and that's what that smoke in the air over the intersection is. But again, take another look at that video. My photographer and I were standing on the corner just after 8:30 when a man apparently smashed the windshield and overtook that Glendale police car. We watched him drive it into the middle of the intersection at a high rate of speed before running off into the crowd. And just before that, protesters were walking toward officers in riot gear and at times throwing stuff, including fireworks at the officers. Glendale police did come over the intercom several times telling people to back away from those officers and to get out of the street. Now, Glendale and Phoenix police have this intersection closed down and the roads closed in both directions. We've asked Glendale police for an update on any arrests or injuries, especially including that demonstrator who maybe stole that police car, and we'll keep you updated with what we learned from them. Back to you, Troy.
So we were watching the police tactics back here, Gabby, and it didn't appear like they were doing much at all to try to get the protesters to move out or the cars doing donuts. And do you know whether or not the appeared to be a young man who stole that police cruiser was caught?
Well, just before that, the stolen car happened, we were actually right up on the line with those protesters. They were moving towards the officers, and the officers in riot gear were moving back, at times letting off pepper balls or what appeared to be pepper spray. And so at times, some of the demonstrators were running back or running away. But it's unclear at this time if the person who stole that police cruiser has been caught.
And also, it looks like it's still a very active scene behind you. We're talking now about several hours of this protest going on behind you, correct?
That's right. We know people have been out here since around 5 o'clock. We got here just around 8 o'clock, and things have been very active since then. Things are, dying down a little bit compared to when we were here. It seemed like a lot of people ran away when that police cruiser was stolen, but still a lot of people are out here. The roads are blocked. There's been people standing along the sides of the street down 67th Avenue where this is all neighborhoods.
And one quick thing about the traffic in the area. Gabby, are those streets still shut down right now?
They are. We're actually standing just on the side of the street here on 67th Avenue.
I'm trying not to say nothing that'll get me in trouble, but Mexican people. This is the crazy thing, because black people do the same silly stuff. Liberals and minorities are essentially acting in such a way that makes them appear, not saying that it is true, but it makes them appear unworthy to be in America. I'm just throwing it out there. Leftists hate this country. They hate everything about America. They want to destroy American history. They bludgeon people in the middle of the street. They burn buildings. They do all kind of crazy stuff. Then you have the people of the melanin that run around and complain every single day of the week about injustices that don't really exist. Instead of them getting up and doing something about it, they rather complain and blame the white man. Then they go and vote for the same party that prioritize illegal aliens and Hispanic people over black people, and they still running with it. And then you have Hispanic people. Now, I would argue that the Hispanic people nowadays work way harder than the black people do. And they have more of a family unit. They believe in God, probably more. But then you got the ones that come over here illegal and they feel entitled. Y'all need to figure it out. When Trump didn't win, you saw one protest at the Capitol. You didn't see protests around the country. You didn't see burning buildings down and stealing patrol cars and beating up and bludgeoning people and burning buildings. And you didn't see none of that stuff from the white man. When a white man gets shot in the back by a cop unarmed, you don't see no protests. You don't see him out in the streets cussing and flipping out and spitting on people. You don't never see none of that. Can the rest of y'all get in line? Every time I think about, I get upset about this. We are Americans, all of us. I don't care where your ancestors came from. If you were born here on this soil, you are an American. Some of y'all not worth it to be American, because if your mama just came over here and popped one out illegally, I don't want to count you, but technically you count as an American. And let's move forward. It wasn't your fault, so don't worry about it. That's for another story. You come over here. We're Americans. You should appreciate this country. And if you don't, just go back to where you appreciate things at. If you're running around here with a Mexican flag, why don't you go to Mexico? If y'all so valuable here, can't you go to Mexico and make it better? I don't understand the logic here. America is so bad you're willing to denigrate, destroy, deface, burn the American flag because you don't like how America operates. Brother, it's got to be like an 8-hour drive or less for you to get to Mexico from Phoenix. Go to Mexico. Put your taco stand in Mexico. Start you a business in Mexico. Do some real estate in Mexico. Go, I don't know, go do what you think you're doing here. Go do some grapes and do some avocados and stuff. Do all that in Mexico. Since it's so free, and you fly that flag every day of the week. Y'all better cut it out, man. I'm trying not to get upset. That's why I'm trying to be calm. But it really bothers me when I think of this. Go to the next clip. Roll it. This is in L.A. Next one. Now let's go to the woman destroying immigration in 60 seconds. I think that's the young lady I like. Nick can help you if you can't, if you lost it. But I don't know why we can't all just get along. Why we can't just be one. Why we got to be broke off into groups. I don't care. My ancestors came from Nigeria. I know that because I looked up my ancestry.com. I ain't never been to Nigeria. I don't know nobody that's in Nigeria. I just looked it up, and my ancestors come from Nigeria. And in America, my lineage comes from Georgia. And it looked like they settled in Texas, where they established a city called Tatum, Texas. I don't know if they were slaves when they came over here or they were free, but Tatum, Texas was established. All my family originated from East Texas, Tatum, Texas, you name it. And now we ended up in Fort Worth, Texas, and now I'm here. And then my family, I created my whole family in Arizona. No matter where you come from, we're Americans. We should be on one accord in one line doing one thing, and that is to benefit the United States of America. You don't come over here and bastardize, plagiarize, take from taxpayer dollars to go send it to another country, to advocate for another country, to do all this other stuff. I don't like it. And I'm glad that Donald Trump is deporting people. I used to just be okay with him just deporting the criminals. Now I want him to deport everybody. Every single person that's in this country illegally, I can't help you, man. You shouldn't have came here illegally. Because every time I feel sorry for somebody who came here illegally, I look over to the right and I say, what about the people who came here legally? Look at all the shenanigans they had to go through, the money they had to pay, the hope and the dream and the prayer to just have an opportunity to be here in America. And they endured and they put up with it, and they probably was done wrong in the process, had to pay immigration attorneys. You name it, they did all of this stuff just to be here. And then some entitled nut who don't even want to speak English or whatever come over here and think it all belongs to me. I deserve this. I deserve that. I deserve on taxpayer dollars. The money I work hard for, you work hard for, they work hard for, payroll tax, income tax, state tax, sales tax, death tax, capital gains tax. I mean, they living off the money that we didn't work hard for. Free. They going bumping and grinding, pumping and sweating, have 5, 6 kids, free. You go to the hospital, they gonna look at you crazy. They counting up the cost. You want an epidural? That's another. Ibuprofen? We had to do stitches. That's another. C-section. You got surgery and anesthesia, and they go down a list of stuff they gonna charge you with. But the legals come over here, they don't charge them nothing. They get hurt on your dollar. They have kids on your dollar. They go to jail on your dollar. They fed in jail on your dollar. They get unemployment and all kinds of stuff. Y'all just know the surface stuff. These illegals come over here and they cheat the system. They get on workman's comp and then they work in another job. You can't track them because they don't have an identification. They don't have a social security number. So they can be getting government service and be working at the same time. They're not paying taxes. They're not filing taxes. They don't have no way of tracking them. Act like they hurt on the job. They get hurt on the job. They live in America 100% free. Yeah, but they out there working. Yeah, somebody else would love to work that job, but they willing to work it for cheaper. Because they got 6, 7 people live in one house. They'll work that job for $2.99 under the table. Because all of them working for $2.99, that's like $20 an hour. In one household. This is the stuff that y'all don't hear about. Now, are there good people who are Hispanic? Yes. Yes, the lady that clean our houses, we love them. They're great. We buy them stuff for their kids. They had kids and stuff. We bought them stuff for their kids and everything. They've been with us for 4 years now. They clean our house every day. And we're going to give them to clean the headquarters. I love them. I don't know if they legal or not. I don't know. They just been good to us. I don't want to get them deported, but hey, I like them. But hey, if they come run up at our house and they start checking IDs and y'all don't check out, hey, maybe we can advocate for you, help you come back. But you gotta go, Pancho. I think that we should have a system in place where we can have sponsors. Like, meaning, when they start deporting all these people, which I think we definitely should, the criminals, they can go to hell, all I care. But the good people that are here just trying to live a life, they got tricked into coming here. They were convinced they should come here. They were just trying to make it happen, man. What would you do? You probably do the same thing. But they over here, it's like, hey, but you ain't got nobody vouching for you. You going straight back. But maybe you can have a sponsor. Maybe there's an American person that's like, look, this person worked for me. I didn't know they were illegal, or this person is my family member or something. Let me put in for them. I'll pay for their stuff to get them to come back, to get it the right way, because they haven't committed a crime. They not out here stealing and dealing. They just trying to make ends meet. All right, I'll sponsor that person. Put them on the list for an American citizen to sponsor them. I think I'll do that. You can't, and no company can sponsor people. It has to be individuals. They have to have an individual voucher. I might be okay with that. All right, we got a clip of the young lady.
Are we talking the Trump tariff one?
Well, the young lady that's in the car.
Oh, I don't think we have that one, actually.
Okay, where's Nick at? Go get Nick. All right. So let me continue. I'll come back to that. So the young lady did a pretty good job at explaining what I just said, but she did it in a succinct way. Let's see, Canada, Mexico, Chinese tariff. Let me just explain the tariffs real quick to you guys and what I think Trump is trying to do. Donald Trump is a mastermind when it comes to negotiations. Donald Trump is able to negotiate. He's able to, play the game. And some of these politicians that have been in office for I don't know how long, they can't play the game. They don't know what they're doing. They've been selling us out, selling us down the creek. They should actually go to prison for what they did. But Donald Trump imposing tariffs, to me, is a long game strategy and with short-term ramifications if possible. Let me give you an example. He put tariffs 25% on Mexico. I think he put 25% on China. If you look at the statistical data of how much of our GDP goes to these countries, it's only like, I don't know, less than 10%. I think it's like 2% or 3% of our GDP goes to these foreign countries. So them imposing tariffs on us is, it ain't that big of a deal. When you look at their GDP, most of them are like 13, like a quarter of their GDP is trading in the United States of America. So they got a lot more to lose than we do. However, Donald Trump was able to suspend the tariffs, if I'm not mistaken, on Mexico because he imposed tariffs because he didn't like the way they were letting fentanyl come through here and illegal aliens. But he made an agreement with them that we won't impose the tariffs on you if you get this stuff together. And I think they decided to do it. But let me go through the script here. Canada, Mexico, like I said, 25% tariffs on all imports, citing concerns over illegal immigration and drug trafficking. Energy imports, which is oil, natural gas, electric from Canada, face a reduction of 10% tariffs. China had 10% tariffs imposed, primarily targeting fentanyl-related trade issues. Mexico reached a 1-month delay agreement to negotiate terms, committed to delaying 10,000 or deploying 10,000 soldiers to its northern border to combat drug trafficking. So Donald Trump has successfully used tariffs in order to leverage and negotiate a deal that benefits America. And he's been in office for 14 days, maybe. He barely been in there. Donald Trump barely been in there. And he already doing stuff that these cowards couldn't do for centuries. Let me not say centuries. I'll say decades, because I mean some people before the ones we got now were probably decent. Canada announced retaliation of 25% tariffs on $155 billion worth of U.S. goods. The Prime Minister Trudeau, who's a coward, and his wife has a boyfriend, just so y'all know. Prime Minister Trudeau criticized the U.S. decision, warning of potential job loss and price increase. Well, come on with it, Trudeau. Y'all got Trudeau clip? Come on with it, Trudeau. I don't think we got it. Come on with it, bro. What you want to do? Because our president is better than y'all. So do you want that drama? Do you want that action? You better pipe down, because Donald Trump ain't playing with y'all. And this is weak men talking to a strong man. Donald Trump know what he's doing. He's saying he's doing what he know he can do. Trudeau and them, I want to say more, but I'm a Christian, man. I can't talk like that. I want to call him out. I want to call Trudeau all kind of stuff. And if I ever saw Trudeau face to face, I disrespect him and he won't do nothing. I just tell you that. His wife may say something to me before he do. That's what kind of coward he is. All right, play the clip with Trump.
Are you planning to increase the tariffs against Canada? Well, it could happen. If they do anything, we will. Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. Did you know that? Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent. Millions of people flowed into our country through Mexico and Canada. And we're not going to allow that.
That's right. That's what a real president sound like, just so you guys know. For all you cowards out there that was talking about Donald Trump is Hitler and all this other stuff. Now look at it. If you know anything about anything, you want your president to be advocating on your behalf. You want President Trump, or your president, whoever the president is, to be acting in your best interest. I don't know why are we even talking about this, right? Why haven't we had? It's crazy to me that politicians act as if it was so difficult to get things done. And it's so hard, and it's all this nuance and bipartisanship and all this rubbish. And Donald Trump get in there in 30 minutes, he active. He active before he got in there. You had people in Hamas and them want to make an agreement before Trump even got in there. Why can't these other people do this stuff? 4 years of Joe Biden and Democrats, and they did absolutely nothing that we can report on that makes any sense for America. They didn't do nothing that benefit America. They gave Ukraine billions and billions of dollars. We're going downhill fast. The economy got worse. They didn't do nothing. They're incompetent idiots. And I know Donald Trump want to say that, but he didn't. He said they was incompetent, but he didn't call them idiots. Maybe he did. Maybe he should have. All right, consumer prices may rise, just so you guys know. It's a potential, particularly in groceries and automobiles. Increased risk of trade war, potentially hurting the global economy growth and rise in inflation. Financial market reacts negatively. U.S. stock further declines amid economic uncertainty. Oil prices surge, reflecting concerns over energy costs. It's a temporary pain for a lasting positive effect for the United States of America. The fools amongst us and the fake economists amongst us will say, see, Trump is in office and the economy is getting worse. See, gas prices are getting worse and tariffs ruin everything. And they too stupid to read something and understand that the tariffs that Donald Trump imposed when he was in office in 2016, they kept them in the Democrat administration. They kept his tariffs because they work. Donald Trump has already leveraged the tariff to get them to get that fentanyl and all that stuff from coming over in our country and keeping these illegals out of our country, which cost us hundreds of billions of dollars. Hundreds of billions of dollars. So put it in perspective, y'all. Put this in perspective. They mad because he did a tariff that may cost your groceries to go up a little bit and may cost gas to go up temporarily. But the illegals causing us to be in tremendous amount of debt and causing your medical insurance to go up, causing all kinds of stuff to go up. So what do you want to do? As a nation, the price may go up by a little bit, but y'all spending billions of dollars on illegal aliens and all of the ramifications behind the stuff that they do. Put it in perspective. So I'm with Trump 100% on this, and I hope that the people who are watching this are with Trump as well, because Trump is doing what a man should be doing. Let's go to a couple clips that we have associated with it. Now, we got the dumbest women on earth all together in one place. For the dummies amongst us, you can't let all of them fly on the aircraft together, because if the aircraft go down, all the dumb women in the world will be gone at one time, at least the dumbest, the top echelon, the C-suite of idiots. Roll the clip.
The third week of the new administration is starting off with an all-out trade war against our biggest trading partners, China, Mexico, and Canada. And right before the show, a one-month pause on tariffs against Mexico was announced. But here's how Canada says they're preparing to fight back.
Whoopee. Read the script like you're supposed to. Why would the tariffs in Mexico be temporarily halted? Oh, you don't want to talk about that because Trump strategically leveraged a tariff to get what's in the best interest of America. But you don't want to talk about that. Okay, we get it. Roll the clip.
Take a look.
I want to speak directly to Americans. Tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially shutting down American auto assembly plants and other manufacturing facilities. They will raise costs for you, including food at the grocery stores and gas at the pump.
We may have short-term a little pain, and people understand that. But long-term, the United States has been ripped off by virtually every country in the world. We've been helping everybody for years. And to be honest, I don't think they appreciate it. So we're going to change that.
And Canadian citizens showed how they felt about these tariffs at NBA and NHL games over the weekend. Take a look.
Who gives a
I've
Hold
never
on,
seen
before she continue, Canadians, I love a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all like Canadian American, right? Even though you're Canadian, you like an American. And I love y'all. Y'all are the cream of the crop. I just want y'all to be very clear. We will take your country if we wanted to. Do y'all understand that? For all the put me on the big screen. For all the Canadians out there and Trudeau and all of y'all that think y'all stuff don't stink and think you better than America, we will take your country. We don't even need our military. We could come and take your country from you. Why? Because you gave up your gun rights, you idiots. We just come right over there and take all y'all stuff. Just regular, everyday people. So don't ever get it twisted and think your stuff don't stink and think you're going to boo the national anthem like y'all got something going. We will take your whole country. I just want you to know that. We will ruin your economy and have y'all eating out of the palm of our hand. Make sure that we're on the same page. You will be a 51st state of the United States of America if you keep playing games. I just want that to be clear. I don't like the way they trying to swing this. Like y'all gonna somehow hurt us. You want to go there? You're gonna lose jobs. Okay, y'all gonna lose jobs. Trump, increase the tariff. Ramp it up. Let's see if y'all can handle that. Can you handle it? Okay, you probably can't. Trudeau, you need to sit down somewhere before you get all y'all, subject to the United States government. I'm serious. I love for the Canadians that y'all the ones I love. Y'all come over here, and then leave the liberals over there. The ones that you know who they are. They completely. I want to use the R word. They out of their mind. Everything is racist and gender and binaries, and y'all got a country where y'all assist people in killing themselves. Can you know how silly that is? Y'all had on 1 million assisted suicides. Come on, we'll take your whole country. I just want y'all to understand that before we go to the next point. All right, give me back over there. Whoopi, take it away.
Anything like that in my life.
Never.
I'm sorry. And I have to say, even the conservative media is warning about the price Americans are going to pay for this. So, I mean, everybody's saying this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea, this is a bad idea. And of course, he's going to go along with it.
It's risky to be America's enemy, but it can be fatal to be its friend. And that's what Donald Trump is doing. He is signaling to our allies, long-held allies, largest trading partners. These are the people who vote with us in the international organizations. These are the people who send soldiers to go to war with us when we are fighting, in the Middle East, when we're fighting any sort of war. Canada sends its soldiers. These are the people that have been by us time and time again, that send their pilots and their planes to help us put out our fires, literally and figuratively. These are our friends, and we are treating them like trash. We are bullying them. And, it's as if, I look at this thing in Mexico and I'm thinking, okay, as if deporting good, hardworking immigrants wasn't enough. As if emboldening the racial profiling and bigotry against Latinos wasn't enough. As if revoking temporary protective status for 500,000 Venezuelans
I can't
wasn't
do it. Stop the tape. I can't listen to her no more. So let me get this right, you stupid fool. You dumb Mexican. You a dummy. Let me get this straight. And I love you. I love all my Mexican friends. This is just her. She's stupid. Y'all know she's stupid. Y'all don't claim her anyway. Listen to how stupid you sound. He's deporting good, hard-working Mexicans. Where? To Mexico. Ain't that a good thing? Well, if they hard-working and they good people, can't they be a plus for Mexico? That's a good thing for Mexico, right? All the skill that y'all learned, all the money you got, all the hard work you've done, you can do it right there in Mexico. And then you don't have to travel nowhere. You can stay right there. Mexico is beautiful. I ain't never been to Cabo, but I seen some pictures. Y'all got water, y'all got land, y'all got mountains and all kind of stuff. That should be a paradise. But the socialist government is out of control. That's why y'all fleeing here, to be in the most racist country in the world. Shut the front door. They deporting them, they doing all this. Y'all should be happy then, Miss Fake Mexican. She fake Mexican and Republican. I can't stand this woman, boy. Y'all have no idea. I'm gonna have to pray after this. Roll the clip.
Enough. As if bullying Panama wasn't enough. Now he's going to tax our tequila and avocados?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It doesn't.
Hold on a second. You know what we do? Then America make tequila. You know what we do? If the automobile industry and all that stuff, and we won't carry your car, we'll make our own stuff right here. Or you'll put your factory here in the United States of America, or you're gonna get hit. It's not bullying people that we think about this. They go, you're just bullying our allies. They have to be our allies. Who's going to protect Canada if they get attacked? I wish I had that Jeopardy music. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm not talking about the Mexicans next door. Not that music, the Jeopardy music. But look, who's going to protect Canada if they get attacked? Okay. Who's going to protect Mexico if they get attacked? Okay. Who's going to protect Ukraine when they get invaded? And I don't even know if that was an invasion. But if they do, who's going to protect them? Oh, okay. Who's going to protect Israel? Oh, okay. Name it. Now, when we get attacked, what they going to do for us? What can Canada do for us? That's what I thought. What can Mexico do for us? They can't even run their country right. You got cartel running the government. You can't do nothing for us. We can only give to you. Maybe Israel can help us a little bit, but they ain't going to help us much we help them. They can't. So what's happening is that we running around carrying the baggage from everybody in the world, and we helping them, helping them, helping them, helping them. And fools like her go, well, they are allies. They got no choice. We're like a fourth of their economy. They have to do business with America. They have no protection. We're the only ones that's powerful enough to protect people in the UK. I mean, all of Europe, all of the Middle East, all of the North America and South America. We're the only ones that can protect these people. Okay. Roll it.
Well, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I think it'll make sense when you want to get some tequila and it's really high. The cost of it is really high. I think that what people fail to realize, many people, is how interconnected our economies are. You know, they're like, America first, America first. Let's make everything here. Let's do everything here. Let's be very insulated. And that sounds good. It sounds patriotic, but we are geopolitically connected to the rest of the world. We don't want to be isolated from everyone else. And I'll just say, you know, Mexico, Canada, and China together accounted for more than 40% of total U.S. imports last year. But more importantly, Canada and Mexico are the top buyers of U.S. exports in more than 72% of all export categories. 72%. We send our stuff over there. So now if there are these tariffs, that's going to cause problems, billions of dollars of problems. And if the tariffs, if they are in turn return the tariffs, let's say it's your coffee, you have a coffee store, and you're going to sell a cup of coffee, and your coffee is $5. We know how expensive coffee is, right? Yeah. You sell coffee for $5. Now the coffee beans coming in from Mexico are now $5 more. You think if I own that shop, I'm going to eat that $5? No. Your cup of coffee just costs $10. Well, and that's the deal.
Sonny, when you
Here you go. Let's talk about this. Okay. Let's say that you want to inflate the coffee coming in. Y'all need us too. How far you want to go up? Big bank take little bank. If we run a tariff up on you higher than you can run a tariff up on us, what you gonna do? The majority of these countries' economy is in America. Majority of their economy. If you claim that 70% of all this stuff, most of their stuff is coming from here. They're the size. Canada is the size of California. Their economy, the size of California, their economy is nowhere near California. California's economy is bigger than Canadian economy, I would argue. I gotta look that up. I might be wrong. Somebody look that up for me. Look up the top 5 economies in the world, and let's see whose economy is there. California is like in the top 5 economies in the world, and that's one state in the United States of America. Y'all little stuff, man. We'll bankrupt y'all. I don't know why they hate America. That's why they don't believe that America has any leverage or anything. They have nothing but negative to think about America. They have to. U.S., China, Germany, Japan, and India. That's countries, right? All right. Just say, where does California rank and where does Canada rank on economies in the world? Because California, I bet, is higher than Canada. So anyway, I got that clip of that girl. Is she done?
Yeah, the video's done.
Good. I'm tired of her anyway. California GDP is 1.7 times higher than Canada. That means it's almost twice the economy is Canada, one state in the United States of America. Now, it is one of the biggest economies in the United States of America, but it's still one. We still got Florida, we still got Texas, and we still got all D.C., we still got Philly and New York. I mean, we got all of these other states that have a booming economy. Canada, do you really want to play this game? That's the thing that these cackling hens don't understand, is that they need us too. It's not like we only import and export with them. They get an economy importing with us. And if the tariffs are too high, how are they citizens gonna pay for it? Think about it. Trump said 25%. They go 25%. If Trump go 40, what y'all gonna do, 40? Y'all already raking them over the coals with taxes. And then their stuff gonna cost more. Y'all gonna take an L before we take an L. And I feel like Donald Trump is willing to forego or at least mitigate federal income tax. So we'll take that money in. Stuff may be a little higher, but your income tax will be lower, way lower. Then we'll break even. But you go to Canada, they ain't finna let your taxes go because they're reliant upon taking all of your money to function in society. Raise that price, your taxes is insane, and cost for goods are gonna be insane. Do y'all really want to go there? The answer is no, they don't. Okay, let me go back to the young lady that had I thought what she said was right on point. I actually know her. I seen her at the thing. She's a lot shorter than I thought she was. She shocked me for a minute. Now, if she's watching this, I hope she realized that, like, the reason I looked at you like that, because I didn't really recognize who you were. Because you were a lot smaller, a lot shorter. I mean, you sit in the car, I'm like, oh, she must be like a normal size. She kind of short. She like that one comedian I know. But anyway, that's the only reason why I was like, hey, how you doing? Then I was like, oh, I know exactly who she is. And I love your videos, by the way. Roll the clip.
Can we please talk about the anti-ICE protest that's currently going on in downtown Los Angeles? Because everyone is waving the flags of the countries of where they're from. They're so proud to be from those countries, yet they don't want to go back home to their country of origin. They want to stay in America because they want to benefit from the American taxpayers. Yet they don't want to become the American taxpayers. They don't want to take the proper steps to become American citizens. They just want the free pass. But the free pass is over. We don't want that anymore. So name one country, please. I'm going to wait here. Name one country where you could go and stay illegally for as long as you want and benefit from the taxpayers. I'll wait. Yeah, exactly. So at least on the bright side, ICE knows that everyone in downtown Los Angeles waving their flags, well, they're probably not here illegally, so they can all be rounded up in one swoop and they'll know exactly where they're from because they all have their flags with them.
There you go. There you go. Somebody got some sense. All right, let me play. I want to play the clip of Scott Jennings on CNN regarding the tariffs. So we're gonna jump back to the tariffs, and then we're gonna move on to something different after Scott Jennings' clip. Let me know when you're ready. We ready? Roll the clip.
The name of the game here is behavior modification. He wants Canada and Mexico to help stem the flow of drugs and people across the border. That's number one. He doesn't think they're doing enough. He's using these tariffs as a tool to say, look, I'm not fooling around. We mean business. Until you help me, I'm going to inflict some pain upon you. The American economy is bigger than yours. You depend on us more than we depend on you. Therefore, please modify your behavior. And I'm sure conversations are going on with both countries about what it would look like to secure their borders and to stop the flow of people and drugs across the border. And if Donald Trump could tell us that that was happening, I think that would be a great outcome. Regarding other countries and regarding our position vis-a-vis other countries, Karen, I want to directly address that. You have to give Trump a little credit so far. He has had some success with this behavior modification strategy so far. It worked on Colombia. And if you look at the news reports from the weekend, it might be working on Panama, as they have started to move away from China a little bit over this issue of who actually controls the Panama Canal. So one of the larger macro issues here to me is Donald Trump on a mission to show dominance in the hemisphere, dominance in the region, and to try to get other people to bend to our will? Colombia and Panama, I believe, have. If Mexico and Canada bend on helping us stop the flow of people and drugs, that would be another victory. And John, yes, if the tariffs went away, everyone would be happy. We'd have less immigration, less drugs, and lower prices, and that'd be a great day for everybody.
Boom. Shakalaka.
The name of the game here is behavior modification.
All right, perfect. All right, let's get to the female pilot from American Airlines. Not American Airlines. She's not an American Airlines pilot. She was the female pilot from the Black Hawk. I just want to say this real quick. Is this woman does not need to be mentioned one time. It bothers me that I feel like some people are making this crash about DEI and unqualified women prematurely. I do not like it. It does not bode well with me, in my opinion. You know, it does bode well with me, in my opinion, is wrong. Because before we understand in its totality what happened, there is no need to speculate, jump to conclusions, and create biased rhetoric. It is sad that these people had to protect their daughter's name, which they could have been doing something nefarious too, because I heard they scraped all our social media. I don't know what that was all about. But they have to protect their daughter's name because out of fear of people just criticizing her on this helicopter crash that we don't even know who went wrong. I do, however, believe that once an investigation ensues and once we get some more answers and we know exactly what happened or what could have gone wrong in a more concrete way, then we should rail it to no end. But until then, all I know of this young lady who lost her life tragically is that she served our country honorably and she deserved respect. That's it. Would it be her fault if they did a DEI hire? No. I don't think it's her fault. It's their fault. But as we speak, I don't have any information that would suggest this young lady, Rebecca, Captain Rebecca, had anything other than a love for this country, a service to this country, and she tragically died in a collision between a Black Hawk helicopter and an American Airlines regional jet. That's all. Can you please, for the life of me, can we stop with this, man? I don't want to get emotional, but if this was my daughter, this somebody's baby. Rebecca is somebody's child. And she's dead. She's never coming back. They probably can't recognize her body. Can we just ease up on it a little bit? The DEI stuff, we know that's a thing. Let's ease up on it a little bit. Let's do an investigation first. People are dead. Let's do an investigation first. Then once we diagnose what the investigatory findings are, then we can start the criticism. But I don't know this young lady family. She's got a pretty smile. She probably seemed like a fun, happy, loving person. I bet anybody that'll talk about her will say she was nice and sweet. That's what she looked like on all the pictures I seen. She looked like a sweet little young girl. I know people who got kids in the military. This stuff ain't easy, man. This stuff ain't easy. For her to be able to be a pilot, a captain at some point, that she had to go through rigorous training and she had to be qualified, more qualified, because women, you know, I'll just be honest. A lot of women don't get opportunities because most women can't do it. So the woman that can do it has to overcome some barriers. And it's not because people don't like you. It's because you got to, you know, hey, women ain't respected like men are in certain situations. Some for good reasons. Others, it's just a hill you got to climb. Therefore, when you get to the top, you're better than ever. But I don't know. I see people talk. I saw Mike Gallagher talk about this on the radio, and people just jumping to conclusions. I just wish we'd stop that, man. It was so sickening to see the jump to DEI when it came to a catastrophic crash. I just didn't like that, man. Some of y'all may disagree with me, and that's okay. I love you anyway. You probably like the other stuff I talk about, but I just didn't like it, man. It was distasteful in my opinion. It's like, let's just wait till the bodies can be properly returned to their family members and stuff, and then we can start the hard road of criticizing and putting the blame where it deserves to be put. But let's leave this girl alone, man. Let's leave that trans stuff alone. They got some transgender. They were saying this transgender was the pilot. That person had nothing to do with it. And even if you transgender, I may disagree with you. But if you know how to fly a plane, you know how to fly a plane. I don't know if transgenderism got anything to do with you doing the throttle and all that other stuff. I don't think it does. You shouldn't we shouldn't be focusing on it. We shouldn't be saying this person's more qualified than this person, but this person is trans. Like, we shouldn't be doing nothing like that. But if you trans, I don't know, man. I don't like the trans thing. I'm just being like, because there's too much other accommodations. But if somehow in an isolated sense you were trans and you could pass all the tests and do all that, what do they care? But they got too much other stuff. You got to change the bathroom. You got the pronouns. You got to do all this stuff. To me, there's no need for that in the military. There's no need for that gay stuff in the military and the trans stuff. If you gay, you gay. Nobody cares. Some of y'all gay anyway, and you've been gay. Like the rub, you've been gay. For a long time, nobody cares, bro. Can you pull the AR out or the M16 out or whatever they use in the military? Can you pull that thing out and go to war? If I get shot, can you drag me out of a situation and do quick clot and put a tourniquet on me? I don't care who you sucking and doing whatever you want to do at night. Can you do the job? When I was a cop, there were some dudes that were a little zesty. I don't know if they were gay or not. I'm not in their bedroom. I had my own stuff to worry about. But I ain't caring nothing about you being gay. Can you when the call for service come out and they call 2 Adam 11 whatever, are you going to show up at the scene and do your job, man? Are you going to show up at the scene and do a thorough investigation? Are you going to service the people of Tucson? If I get into a fight, can I count on you to help me? If the man pull a gun on me, can I count on you to use deadly force to protect my life? If that's the case, brother, I don't care what you do when you ain't in the uniform. As long as you ain't degrading the uniform, I don't care what you do. Because gay people ain't the only ones doing stuff. We had people on the department sharing nudies. We had dudes on the department get fired because they getting happy endings after they doing a massage. And I knew a few of them. I said, oh, man, you got a wife. Y'all married. How you in there getting happy endings at the local shop? You a detective. Can't you do some reverse detective work and realize that you finna get caught? I can't believe they did that. Detectives going to jail getting a sloppy joppy at the end of a massage. That's the easiest crime to get convicted of. And I don't know. I ain't never in my life went to a parlor and was like, you got that special? Or y'all got a special going? I don't even know what you do. You ask them. I guess you got to know that you do the stuff at the end. I don't know. Nick, have you ever did that? No, I'm just playing. Don't tell them. Don't say nothing. You can go to jail tonight. But I don't know what they say. Maybe it's a secret code. Can I get an extra massage? Can I get an extra CBD massage or something? I don't know what they're doing. But I ain't never in my life thought about that. Because I'm like, the day I do that is the day that Asian lady is a secret agent. and she gonna do the thing, I'm going straight to jail. And then my picture on everything, and y'all gonna hate me. Y'all gonna say Brennan said he was a Christian, and he out there at the salon getting a happy ending. A happy ending turned to a sad ending. I get, listen, let me just say this real quick. I know that some of y'all like the sidebar, but I'm going to get to the next subject in a minute. Nick said that kicker, was he from the, Justin Tucker from Baltimore getting, allegedly, he got banned from places because he doing nasty stuff. When you got money like that, like Deshaun Watson, when you got money like, allegedly, when you got money like that, bro, can't you just pay to set up a scenario of a freaky situation? Why you got to do that to regular people that don't want to be involved in that? Like, you not going to go to jail and get in trouble and get sued and people are going to snitch on you. Bro, what are you doing? You got enough money that if you paid a girl $10,000 or something, I don't know how much it would cost, and you say, hey, you good with it? Yeah, I'm good with it. Okay, I'll pay you $10,000 to set up this scenario. Maybe that's a crime. Maybe you shouldn't pay her. Maybe just get a girlfriend that like to do freakish stuff like that and be a masseuse or something. Maybe you pay her to go to masseuse class so she can learn how to do it. You got money, bro. You got millions of dollars. Just get a girlfriend that want to do it, and then y'all set up a little thing for free. Buy a Birkin bag or something. I don't know. But set it up for free. Therefore, you don't go to jail. Get your girlfriend to do it. There's many women out there that love to rub your back. As long as they can go to a party with you or something. I don't know. Y'all fools out here, regular civilians, touching their booty or something like you think they not going to say something to you. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Anyway, let me go to the next subject. I don't get how you do that to somebody, man. Man, the woman ain't consented to none of that. Why you trying it? You in a professional situation, man. What are y'all football players doing? And I know it's a lot more than just them. They just the ones got kind of tangled in this stuff. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Somebody out there got a little fetish for that. You can go online. You can find them on there on what's it called? What's the thing called that you swipe? The ones with that be doing the bad stuff on them. Tenders. Grinder, I guess if you. What's the Grinder? Is the men on there? The men's gay site. Don't do none of that because you're supposed to be saved. But if you're doing the grinders and stuff, you could probably find somebody, look at their profile. Man, they want to do a massage. Y'all tripping. Anyway, let's go to Meta. Meta had to pay out Donald Trump $25 million. The settlement was with Donald Trump, and Meta agreed to $25 million to settle the lawsuit between Donald Trump that he put out in 2021. The lawsuit stemmed from Trump's Facebook and Instagram suspension following the January 6 Capitol riots. Financial breakdown: $22 million will be allocated to Trump's presidential library, and $3 million will cover legal fees and compensation. I would love to be Trump's lawyer. I ain't gonna even lie. They just racking that money up, boy. They got that money on retainer. It cost $3 million to just file paperwork. Damn, I should have been a lawyer. Roll the clip.
Breaking news, Facebook parent company Meta agrees to pay President Trump $25 million as a result of his lawsuit over account suspension. Meta suspended Trump's accounts following the Capitol attack in 2021. It has since reversed its fact-checking and suspension policies.
I just had to throw that out there so y'all know it's officially on the news. Brandon Tatum just come up with this out of the side of his neck. It's officially on the news. And by the way, I want everybody to apologize to Donald Trump because all y'all said, he was doing the January 6th and the insurrection. And clearly he wasn't. Clearly he had nothing to do with it. Clearly they were wrong. Now, of course, they say they didn't admit to guilt because they did a settlement, but we all know. $25 million? Yeah, okay. We know that's just the cost of doing business. They know they did that being wrong, in my opinion. All right. I want to talk about Black history real quick. Obviously, you guys know, you can pull that clip up, but obviously you guys know that this is Black History Month. Ironically enough, this is the shortest month in the entire calendar year, and Black people still settling for it. It's Black History Month. It's our month. We deserve it. 28-day month. They couldn't give us a 31-day month. 28-day month. Black History Month. Every year of history is Black history. Black history is American history. Do I need to start talking like Martin Luther King? I have a dream that one day all history, all Black history will be considered American history. I have a dream that one day Republicans can be in office for 45 terms consecutively. I feel it. I heard it from somebody. I ain't here for the Lord. Don't kill me, Lord. I was playing. I heard that the Democrats will never win again. Never win another election ever again. I want to cuss, but I'm saved and born again. I have a dream. Caroline Levitt will keep sweeping the floor with these reporters. But I have a dream that one day TikTok will stop banning my account because we go so hard. That was my last dream. And then I woke up and realized that Democrats are still a party, and I had a nightmare. Wrote a clip.
Some of our colleagues have obtained a memo from the Defense Intelligence Agency that talks about not holding any activities or programming related to Black History Month to be in line with the president's views on diversity, equity, and inclusion. Does the president plan to have a proclamation about Black History Month? In his first term, each of the 4 years of his term, he did so and called on those in government to have programming activities and celebrations. Is he going to do that this year?
Yeah, the president looks forward to signing a proclamation celebrating Black History Month. I actually spoke with our great staff secretary. It's in the works of being approved, and it's going to be ready for the president's signature to signify the beginning of that tomorrow.
If an agency is calling off those kinds of activities in an attempt to be in alignment with the president's views on DEI and other things, should they adjust that now and have those programs and make those celebrations however they see fit in the office?
The president is leading here at the White House, and I'll leave it to the proclamation that he will sign very soon.
All right. Y'all heard from Caroline Levitt, the beautiful, the bold, the intelligent. Some of y'all don't know she got a baby. That woman had a baby and turned around and did all this. I don't know how she did it. Kudos to her for making it happen. She gonna go down in history. Caroline is pretty legit. I ain't gonna even lie. So just so you guys know, you know the naysayers and the freaking Jesse Jacksons of the world and all these idiots came out and said Donald Trump is getting ready to ban Black History Month. Ban Black History Month. What they're saying is that Donald Trump ended federal DEI programs, which led to some of the agencies pausing diversity-related events, which means that they paused these events that were just for Black people. Only Black people can go, and all this old crazy stuff. But I just want to reiterate for the people in the back smoking crack that we shouldn't even have Black History Month anyway. Donald Trump is doing it because Black people are silly. And they're going to get super mad if he don't do it, and they're going to call him a racist, and he don't need that drama. But we don't need Black History Month. We don't need Mexican History Month, nothing. We need to be teaching history as history occurred in America. And that means the history of slavery is a part of that history. And that means we should diversify and fully expose what was entailed in history, no matter what the relationship or gender or what, I mean, not gender, but race and ethnicity was. We should understand what happened with Native Americans, what they were before we came over here, what they were while we came over here, and how they owned slaves. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about that. Oh, okay. I get it's just the white man bad. Black people own slaves, Native people own slaves, white people own slaves in America. The last people, that's why Juneteenth is a problem for me, because they claim that in Galveston, Texas, was the last remnant of Black people who were finally told and acknowledged that they were free. That's a lie, because almost a year later was the last time Black people actually was free, and that was the Choctaw Indian released their slaves. So they lied to you. They celebrate Juneteenth as a lie. they decided to conveniently forget that the native people owned slaves too. That was the last remnant of white people owning slaves. But the natives still had their slaves. And somehow that was the day we were really free, when we were still enslaved by Native Americans. And then you want to go off. The first legal slave owner in American history was Anthony Johnson, who was a black man. And mind you, I say legal slave owner because I don't know, some of them other people may have been doing it under the table, maybe been doing it illegally, but the first established slave owner in 1600s was your boy Anthony Johnson. He had 2 indentured servants. He took them to court and sued that they be his slaves for life. In court in the 1600s, a black man won, and now the 2 black people that he had as indentured servants became his slaves for life. He was the first legal slave owner in this country's history. Black man from Portugal. And y'all talking about the white man every day. All right, let's get to the super chats. Thank y'all for listening. What happened? So we're not in YouTube? Okay, so we'll get to the super chats here in a minute. Or I could pull them up on my phone. We'll try to get the super chats for you guys. But thank y'all for watching. I really appreciate it. We're going to try to do some more interviews. And make sure you go to Tatum store. We got some new merch out. Loved. Can't see it. Boom. Loved by Jesus. Now, everybody know Jesus wasn't that color, but y'all get the point. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. Most Christians don't even believe that. And they say they do, but they don't. But God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that through him we all get saved. I'm paraphrasing. I really wish that we understand that. That's one thing that I hope we understand while we get the super chats ready. Some of y'all that want to bounce, I might talk about the Lord just a little bit. I want y'all to know there's really something to this. It's not just conjecture. It's not just somebody anecdotal experience. There's something to believing in God. It's something there. I don't know where you come from. I don't know what your history is. All I know is that there's something there. If you look at science, if you read the Bible, if you understand how people deal and why religion is still apparent today, it's not because people are stupid, because we evolved, right? We have evolved. People are getting smarter and smarter, and they're realizing no matter how much technology you have, no matter how much fame and fortune you get, there's still a God above us that loves you and that has control or has influence in your life. And people are realizing that Jesus is real. Some of y'all don't even believe Jesus died. Jesus died for real, like it's a fact. And anyway, there's some questions in there. I think somebody said something about the Philadelphia crash. I didn't even cover that today. I can give my quick opinions on it. I mean, they don't know what happened. It was insane at what we saw. I mean, it was literally like a missile hit the ground. They don't know what happened. To see the plane up in flames on the way down seemed like there was a catastrophic issue, probably with one of the engines. And I don't know how that happened. I mean, that was crazy. That was crazier than the collision in D.C. I mean, that plane went straight up and down. And then, you know, unfortunately, the girl was getting life-saving surgery. Everybody on the plane was Mexican citizens, Mexican nationals, they called it. And that plane come crashing down. It was insane. People were getting hurt with shrapnel going through the windows of parlors and all kind of stuff. That was the craziest thing I ever seen. And it's funny because I want you guys not to be alarmed, because it's not like planes are just now somehow crashing more than ever. These things happen. They just don't report them. And now that it's a hot topic, they make sure that they talk about it all the time. There's planes crashing out. I mean, not all the time, but these private jets, they crash way more than commercial. And this is a one time in, I don't know, over 12 years or so that a plane has crashed in the United States of America. I mean, not 12 years. It's way longer than that. a plane that's crashed in the United States of America in a collision like this. Okay, let's see. Mr. Chandler, they are too busy saying this land is stolen land. My thing is, if the land was stolen, why haven't they got it back yet? It's a lot of things. If the land was stolen, the people who believe in that stuff, why don't they get their land back? It's called conquered land. It's not stolen, it's conquered. Ain't nobody stole it from you. We whooped y'all, and that's how we got the land. And if y'all want it back, come whoop us, and you can have it back. Let's see, MAGA, Puerto Ricans with common sense. I appreciate it.
Dog Mama, she's back.
Can you help Trent a little bit? All right, dog Mama. If you're going to protest the deportation of criminals by becoming criminals, please use your tiny brain to deport yourself. I know, ain't that right? Trump, Melania, thank you so much. It's like, is that a song?
No, I think she meant to do Melania.
I know I just said Melania, but I don't know if that's. All right, I'm in California. It's disgusting what people are doing. Trump should send the National Guard along with ICE. He should, man. I'm glad that these people getting deported, man. I'm hoping that they all get deported. To be honest, get as many as you can. Start with the criminals, and then start getting everybody else who ain't do what they supposed to do the first time around. That's like me going and sitting in the college classroom because I want an education, right? I deserve an education, right? Everybody else then paid to get an education. I'm in the college classroom getting an education for free. Then they find out I didn't pay tuition. And they go, hey, man, you got to leave. You got to leave the campus. You can't be here. It's a private university. You didn't pay tuition. You got to leave the campus. And then I'm going to get mad. No, I don't. I'm going to stay and get an education because I deserve, every human deserves an education. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Ain't nothing in the world makes sense like that. You just go come cheat in something and then they catch you and you're supposed to be able to stay. What about the people who pay for this stuff? If it was free, that'd be different. If it was all free, the government was making money because the government produced money and they pay for all the citizens to live free, then nobody probably be tripping. But, bro, we paid the price to be here. And y'all getting in free. Trump knows how to do the art of the deal. I agree. Appreciate your tweet. Your super chat. Let's see. Love your show, Brandon. We needed to have the government take all their funding. May our Lord bless you, your family, and your team. Thank you so much. Let's see. Support Trump from the small Netherlands. Bless you. Yeah, God bless you as well. Mexican Lives Matter movement. Let's see, Jesse. If the ones out there riding for the illegals hate America so much, I say deport them with them. I know what he's saying. Let's see. Bree, thanks so much for the super chat. As you come in to enjoy the show, don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much. Bree said, we're watching Tatum as part of our homeschooling program. Oh, no. I be saying some crazy stuff. Bree, you got to warn me. I'm going to say I'm going off. Turn the TV off for the kids. Keep up the good work. I wasn't finished with that. Keep up the good work. We love you and your beautiful wife. Thank you so much, Bree. We love you too. Much love from my wife and I. Thank you for the support to the vets and law enforcement. Semper Fi. Appreciate you. Sloppy joppy. See, I got to get it off the camera before I say sloppy joppy. All right, get me on there. Let's see. There are some updates coming out about her career. I'll send you an email today based on the information. She should not have been flying that night. Say it, bro. Thank you so much. Send it to me. Email it to me. Make sure you email it to me twice just in case I miss it. I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with us doing an investigation and us diagnosing symptoms of things that happen and reporting on it. But what I don't like is that we do it before we can get any information. And even with the information of knowing that she probably wouldn't qualify to fly, we do also need to understand, was she even flying? Or were they training somebody else who was flying and taking over control? So once we find that out, I think we'll be better. All right, next one. Let's see. We all bleed red just as Jesus did. Amen and amen. Let's see. Ready to sleep. Why can't we just keep the main holiday only? Why do we have to have Juneteenth, Black History Month, Pride Month? Those are just excuses to play the victim card and celebrate sin, in my opinion. Keep spreading truth. Thank you so much. 100%, I agree with you. We just need federal holidays that all of us can accept together, because this country ain't just broke off up in the individual white folk things. We all won under the flag. Whether you gay, whether none of that stuff, we all won. We all won in America. We may not agree with each other, but we still won. They need to take a medication. They need to make a medication for people with TDS. I think people think that's a joke. I think it's serious. I think people really do have Trump derangement syndrome. It's taking over their lives. It's affecting in everything that they do. They're deranged when it comes to Trump. I mean, the guy can literally heal somebody from cancer and show you, and they like, oh, no, cancer is good for you. The FDA has medications for LGBTQ+. It's called I know what it say. I had to slow down because I knew it was a joke. I can't say it. Y'all know what he said. Nick know what he said. Don't say it, Trent. But Nick know what he said. Just saying, keep it 100. Brad, that's hilarious. I can't say it on air. Somebody showing this to their pastor right now. Let's see. Thanks for supporting veterans. I appreciate it. Let's see. One of my members, Joseph, thanks so much. I know people that came here illegally and on government assistance for the last 20 years. I'm glad something is being done. I work hard my whole life without it. Amen and amen. Jesus is the Messiah. Praise him forever. Amen. If I went to Mexico and had no temp visa, green card, or proof of citizenship, they'll deport me too. 100%. Say thanks for joining Tatum Force. Thank you for joining upgrade membership to Tatum Force, Lisa. Thank you so much. Let's see. My boy Lee Priest, thanks so much for giving another super chat. Can we move it up? I can't see it, but it says, so tired of hearing invaded land before anyone. I can't see it. All right, cool. Yeah, I can't see the. Yeah, move it up. I'll read it. Yeah, right there. Perfect. So tired of hearing invaded land before anyone ever traveled across the oceans. The different Indian tribes in America would slaughter and kill each other. The Aboriginal tribes in Australia. My reading is bad, but the context is there. I agree with Lee on this one because I don't know why. I took indigenous studies in college, just so you guys know. It was one of my elective classes. I wanted to learn about Native people. I wanted to learn about indigenous people is what they call it. But when we learn the history of indigenous people, we learn a lot about how the tribes in Arizona came to be. And a lot of those came with warfare. And there was killing, and there was all kind of stuff that had to happen for this tribe to dominate this tribe, to take over this land and do this and all this other stuff. They have entire museums in the state of Arizona dedicated to Native American war attire and all kind of other stuff. I went to a racetrack out here. They was showing how some of the natives had these masks on. They looked like monsters and stuff. They had all kind of tactics they would do to scare off the enemy. And they were warring before anybody came over here. They were killing and dealing on their own. That's how humans have been since they've been alive, since Cain and Abel. But then they act like the natives was just this wholesome group of people that had never done anything wrong, and they were just here peacefully living their life, one with another, and the big boogie bad white man came over here and just killed everybody. That's not exactly how it happened. They were killing each other before they got killed. It's just the way it is. One takes over the next, take over the next, take over the next. All right, Ready to Sleep says, random, this might make you laugh. My son, who is 3, we were trying to see if his bounce house would fit in our house. So I told him to pray to Jesus. So he goes and prays with his hands and says, well, I need you, Jesus. or well, I need Jesus. That's hilarious. Let's see. Thank you for reporting the truth, because we would still be thinking Trump was a Nazi when he ain't. 100%. They silly talking about Trump is a Nazi. They silly, man. You know how bad Hitler was, and they talking about he a Nazi. They should go, man, all them people should be ashamed of themselves. But just so y'all know, I'm going on the radio on Wednesday night. I'm going to try to get the recording and put it on YouTube. But they like to put these leftists in there with me to debate me, and it don't go well for them. And the last time I was on the show was before the election, and I said, Donald Trump's going to win, no doubt. It's going to be not even close. I cannot wait to go back and say, I told y'all he was going to win. That's good. That's going to be my highlight of the week. Sending love from the floor pang. You know what that means? Is the Florida Panhandle? I don't know. I have no idea. I was able to finally, I was able to finally got to catch a live. Whoop, whoop. Always speaking the truth, in my opinion. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, I think that's it. Everybody's given the opportunity to say what they had to say. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll be live on other platforms, too. I'm going to try to do that a little bit more. But I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for watching the show. I'll see you on the next one. We out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. For